Okay, I'm on my way to Georgia to do some deer hunting. This is a property where I grew up. This is where I cut my teeth deer hunting, where I killed my first deer, killed my biggest deer. All of that was with a rifle. But once I got into bow hunting, I started with it was a Panther Martin, I believe was the bow. And it was a great beginner's bow for a kid like me. But it wasn't until I got my Matthews Z7 Extreme that I realized, oh wow, this is a much better setup. It was much more forgiving. I could be way more accurate with it. It just improved my deer hunting overall. And it wasn't until I was hunting out here in Oklahoma that I killed my first bow deer as a buck. But I had to learn these new deer and their patterns and when they would come out. I just had to completely study them. And it was from listening to podcasts of all of these well-known hunters and what they do that alerted me to like barometric pressure, to like the moon phase. And I kept a spreadsheet and I collected all my photos, and I could almost pinpoint or I could almost tell when a deer was going to be in a certain area, which was a huge advantage that I've never experienced before. So I think that's what helped me become successful. So now I'm taking all the knowledge that I've learned over the past few years and I'm taking it back to my home turf and see if I can make something happen there. And I'm talking with my dad. There's just, we put out some cameras and we're just not getting the inventory that we thought. We thought we were looking for some target bucks. We don't have any target bucks right now. There's one that potentially is a target buck this year, but I think he'd be nice next year or the year after. So I'd like to pass him up if I can, but we'll see. And I know he has a lot of does, and I need to help him take care of that. And as hunters, that's what we need to do to help manage the deer population in the herd, and it's just proper deer management. So I'm going to try to help him with his doe issue and just go out there and have some fun and see what happens. And you never know. I mean, a buck that we've never seen before could come by, and just because he's not on camera or we're not getting him on camera doesn't mean they're not there. So I left Oklahoma a couple hours ago, and my plan is to drive all night until I get there, which would be about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I'll make it. I'm going to try my best. If I get tired, I'll just have to pull over and get some sleep. But right now I'm in some construction, and it's like 20 miles an hour on this interstate, so surely we'll get there. Just waiting to see. Alright, so finally made it all the way to Georgia. Drove all night last night, got in at about 4:45 this morning. After talking to my dad, we changed our game plan up a little bit. It seems that he has a hog problem here. So we think that the first night we're going to try to get a hog, and then the rest of the hunt will focus on some does, and hopefully we may see a buck. But right now this mission is now hogs and some does. So we set up our blind here. Dad's got a little pile that he's been putting out to feed these hogs, and he says it's guaranteed. They come out like clockwork, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the evening. So let's see how close he is to that. Alright, we just got into our blind here. It's 4:45. Dad says they come out right before 7, right around 7. So we'll see. It's about 81 degrees. We're set up for about a 20-yard shot, maybe 20, 25 maybe, but I think we're real close on them. And one thing Dad warned me about, because I've never hog hunted like this, is that they do not stand still. They are constantly moving, so you have to pick one and don't hesitate. Shoot the one to the right. Which one? The one to the right. Yeah, right there. Damn, back. It was back. That one right there. Shooting. Yeah, I hit it. Here you come back. Here you come back. Shooting. I gotta get a arrow. Good shot. Which one are you shooting? To the right. That was a little low, wasn't it? That one was good. That was good. Alright, what time is it? 6:15. They came out early. And you don't have much time to make a decision, but I aimed on one that I could tell I hit back. So I felt bad about that. I think he's gonna die, but they turned around, came right back. And I saw another one that I wanted to shoot. And I think I made a real good shot on him. So we're gonna give it just a few minutes and head over there and see what we can find. That was fun. That's quick action right there. It don't take long. So after we shot the 2 pigs yesterday, I went back and looked at the footage, and the first pig, which I thought I shot a little further back once we slowed the video down, it wasn't that far back. It should have definitely been a kill shot. We got out and couldn't see any blood around where we shot. We went into the woods. I could see where a pig was running and stumbling, and sure enough, as I looked on the ground, I could see blood. And we tracked, and the blood just kind of came to a stop. We got our thermal imager out, and we're scanning around just trying to see if we can see the pig body, but we couldn't. So at that point, we backed out, and we waited till today to come back and try again, because I don't want to lose them. I know that coyotes have probably gotten to them at this point, but we're gonna go out there and just see if we can come across them or pick back up on that blood trail, and we'll see how it goes. So we were able to pick back up on the blood trail, and this pig bled very little. I had to get on my hands and knees and follow each trace of blood until I finally came across him. I'm gonna spare the the gory mess because the coyotes did get on him, but we did find him. I don't think it's much salvageable after, sitting out here tonight. So we're going to let the coyotes have their way with him, and they'll be next too at some point. Not what I wanted, not how I wanted it to turn out, but it's how it goes sometimes. I'm glad he was able to die and just sit and suffer. So that's only one positive. And we still haven't been able to find the second pig, even with all the efforts we put in trying to find him as well. We couldn't find that one. So I'm sure it's dead out here somewhere, and the coyotes are having their way with it too. But it's still taking care of a problem we have out here. I just wish we could have, utilized the pig and had something to eat, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, so this is our second hunt of the trip, and we're set up on a field edge where we've been seeing them come out. A lot of does coming out in this area, and the does will come out first, and then bucks will come out right before dark. So our game plan is to, when the does come out, let's take out a doe and just sit and see if any shooter bucks up here, or we have a chance at them. But the first few does that come out are going to be in danger for sure. So we feel like we're in a pretty good situation here. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we tried to set up in a spot where we thought we'd have the best opportunity of getting a doe, and they did come out, but the first batch of does that came out saw the blind, and it spooked them, and they took off, which we still had over an hour left of daylight, so we thought that there maybe some more does would come out, and they did. About an hour later, two young does came out, but when they came out in the fence, they were on a mission. They ran by, and we were fully expecting some mature does to be right behind them, which they were not. So it just didn't work our way. We just didn't have a good plan in place for this. So we're going to go in the morning to another stand or blind that we set up, that we've been seeing some deers come out in the morning. So this will be my last attempt to get a doe before having to turn around and go back to Georgia. Or go back to Oklahoma, sorry. So let's hope that we can make it work. Well, this unfortunately wrapped up my Georgia hunting trip, and we were not able to get a doe. But I did learn a few things, and one of them being that you just can't pop up a blind and expect them to not be spooked by it. So that was some takeaways from this trip. I also had a really good time shooting those pigs. That was my first time ever shooting a pig, and that was a lot of fun, a lot of action there. But the greatest highlight was just getting to spend some time with my dad and try to do this filming a hunt together. I could tell he really enjoyed it, and so did I. So we're going to definitely do it again one day. And cut.